Alright, Shalom. We want to give all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the brothers and the few sisters out there. Once those like foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shalom in Hebrew, which means peace. It's going to be a quick show to the spirit of Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua. Normally, our brothers are edified. Says, press on what it would take for him to step aside in the presidential race. Talking about Biden. President Biden tells, I don't know how to pronounce it. If the Lord Almighty came down and said, Joe, get out the race, I'll get out the race. I'm laughing because as I'm reading it, because how bugged out this goes, and this is pride at its best. It says Biden's dismiss concerns about mental fitness. Says he would drop out if the Lord Almighty told him. So he needs the Most High to come down himself and tell him not to run. That's one hell of pride. Alright? That's pride at its highest form. And this man is a display of the America as a whole. I went somewhere, the average American is talking about this guy and saying how much of an embarrassment he truly is. Now, I got a video queued up. I was going to base the video on that, but I remember this. So now, let me get the scripture real quick. Sirach, get this real quick. Sirach 10:1. I'm sorry, not 1, 2. It says, as the judge of the people is himself, so is his officers, and what manner of man the rule of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. So, from the leader, if the leader is wicked, the whole entire people is going to be wicked, because he's getting away with wickedness. So if the people that's on top is proud, well, guess what? Everybody's going to be proud. All right? Everybody's going to be proud. And not a humble bone in them. It's all about power. It's all about, capitalism. It's all about making money. It's all about chasing the bag. All right, in Biden's case, it's all about being in a position of power. A delusional state that he's in. So now, so now he's proud. Everybody around him is proud. Shows some sort of pride. So how much more the people? So we got to remember this, and then let this play.
Of my beautiful big ass 2-bedroom apartment with a foyer and a separate kitchen and windows in every room. We're not going to talk about it. Just got denied for an apartment because with me and my friend who are going to be moving in together, her credit score is not high enough for us to qualify together, but my income is not high enough for me to qualify on my own. Although I have a 740 credit score, I have savings, and I make 30 times the rent. But because I don't make 40 times the rent on my own, although we make more than 40 times the rent together, we don't qualify. We don't deserve to have a home according to New York City real estate. And I'm just like, I don't understand, because it's like, so credit is powerful enough to make you a poor applicant when it's not good, but it's not powerful enough to make you a good applicant when it's good? So I just got.
So she complained this is a combination of the American struggle. One of the beloved brothers, GMS dedication, he put up. So this is all people's testimony, mainly women. Now, Biden just made a reference to show how delusional he is of how he was running as a black woman president, some crazy shit like that. The man's losing it. So this is the dream that everybody had in the society, and that dream is to do what? To be living the American dream. And part of the living this American dream is a thing called pride. Swearing top and bottom that you're the best, living off the everybody else's dime. You know, America's the best, the mightiest army, and so forth. You know, women can be single. All this stuff is the bravado, and is for all the wickedness that has been done. Now this is the reward. The reward is struggling inflation. Jake has this undying love for Democrats because in their mind, Democrats is for them, but it's not. And the current president, who's obviously losing his mind, all right, who had lost his mind, has led you people to live the most miserable life humanly possible in a first world country. So if your leader thinks a certain way, all right, then you that follows that leader is going to think a certain way. And this is the reward of this. All right, and it's just the beginning. Because people are struggling out here, right and left. The credit system, the way everything is designed to keep you down. I saw another video earlier today. Let me get that real quick. Let me see if I could get that. Amazing. Yeah, this one.
America's retirement age of 65 is crazy, BlackRock CEO says. Do you know what's crazy? The actual 8 to 5 model. The fact that Americans have to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, commute to work, and not get home till 6 o'clock at night, Monday through Friday, for 50 of the 52 weeks is just criminal at this point. We need to rethink the entire work-life balance, because here's a little newsflash. A lot of Americans do not like their job. They are looking forward to that retirement, and some are so physically demanding, they physically won't be able to work past 65. That is why millennials and Gen Zers, we are championing a 4-day work week or a work-life balance where if we do have to wait till we're 70 or 75 in the future to retire, at least we can enjoy our lives while we're working. Imagine getting out of work at 2 or only having to work 4 days. We are giving our best years to all of these corporations, and back in the day at least.
So, as I was watching this, he said they was giving their best years. When is your best years? So he's living in this bubble that his parents, his grandparents have lived. That's why he had his TV show called Happy Days. All right. Where living the American dream was more convenient. That was the American dream. And he as a whatever they would call it, millennium, Gen Z, whatever they want to call themselves, they have a solution to the problem. But this problem, the solution to the problem is not going to get you out of anything, because your leaders doesn't have the best intentions for you. All right, that's it was a documentary with Michael Moore. I forgot the name of it. He went to Europe, ate their food, went to their school systems, And the best spot he went to was Italy. They had what this guy's talking about, like a 4-day work week, 3-day work week, hours, something like 2 or 3 hour work, a lunch. The person could go home, and the companies are not allowed to call the person at home. They have no choice but to allow these people to go home, eat their own food, and come back to finish work. Then the whole entire summer, they're off. They getting paid for the whole entire summer. Like they live a decent life in the place that we call Europe. But here in America, 65 years old, 67, you have to continuously work. And Social Security, which Biden and Trump did not answer the question, what is going on with Social Security, how you protecting it. They're not protecting it at all, because you have been in the workforce your whole entire life, and your only thing that you were supposed to do is retire off of Social Security is no longer valid. There's another video. Let me get that real quick if I can find it. So this is gonna be like a video collage. I just can't remember. Let me see. SSI. Oh yeah. This is the one. So check this out.
If you've been getting scam texts like these, it means your data was probably leaked online somewhere. Now, most of you can probably...
This is all a scam. I mean, we got people that's getting ready to retire that's going to try to live off $2,000 to $3,000. Impossible. It's impossible. Because what happens, it comes up here, we spend it. We're $35 trillion in debt. We don't have any of your money. We're dead broke. And then taxpayers have $2 trillion in credit card debt. We are in huge trouble. In this body, we had better start figuring that out, because we're going to have a run on this city here soon, and there's going to be about 150 million people coming up here saying, "Where's our damn money?"
So you hear that I'm not done with this. I just want to bring out a scripture. You hear what he's saying. So where's the money? So you put in your best, like that other guy was saying, your best part of your life of working, and there's no reward at the end. So what does that tell you? That all the shit that you did was for nothing. You follow the delusion that was set in front of you, and now that delusion has come back to bite you, because the people that's in power, they're the ones that's profiting from you working X amount of hours. They're the ones that's profiting for you working crazy overtime and not seeing nothing and giving it to that welfare state. They're the ones that's profiting. Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And that's what we saw earlier. We saw the check. She brought out some valid points. If credit is king, why you still got to go through loops? Because what? Everybody's working on their credit score. And now it's become more competition. Now it's an astronomical... you have to have astronomical record in order to get a basic stuff. The basic needs. And that basic needs is what? A place to stay. So people are mourning. And the one thing that you put your nest into, all right, you can't even withdraw from that, because, like the guy said, they're broke. America is broke. Well, something else. So going back to this Gen Z or the millennial God was trying to say. Jeremiah 51:8, I believe. No, 9. We will have healed Babylon, because everybody has a idea how to fix the problem. You could just go to your local area that you're in and you see faults and like, yeah, if only they did this here and that, to fix the problem. But they can't fix the problem, because the problem is gonna say it says, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go, everyone into his own land. So we supposed to forsake. Matter of fact, I should have went up. Babylon, verse 8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain. Balm is what? Medicine. So laws, legislations, and so forth, in order to fix the problem, they can't fix the problem. If so be, she may be healed. So if it was fixable, it would have been healed. It won't be healed. Why? Because this is the will of the Lord. So when he made that statement, which was hilarious, and said that God himself got to come, the Almighty Lord has to come down and tell him to not run, which he knows he's going to try to stay in power anyway, to make all these politicians, their job is to make things worse for the people and make it better for the elites. Okay? That's what it's all about. So let me go back to this video real quick. And that goes, all you suckers out there, one more quick precept. All you people that put your all into this place, you're screwed. It says, Zephaniah 1:11. How ye inhabitants of Maktesh, for all the merchant people are cut down. All they that bear silver are cut off. That goes into, matter of fact, I was supposed to go up. Well, I don't know. Maktesh was a merchant area. So when anybody, like a seaport or something like that, everything's coming from different lands. And that's a great shopping area. So now these days, how do? They do it by stocks and bonds. So the stocks and bonds, which is supposed to hold this society, mainly the bonds, which I believe the people pay back, but it pays back with interest, so that's how they make money. All of it is about to crash. All right? All that bare silver is going to be cut off. So everything that you put your trust into the system is going to crash. It's going to be done. So this is a failing system, and once again, he's gonna bring the good news
that we paid in. I could have put my Social Security money for 4 years in tax in the market and probably be worth $8 to $10 million today. But the federal government wasted it. So I'll get off my horse there. But it's good that we have this.
And that's why the Lord said what? Keep your treasure. Sorry. To have your treasures up in heaven. Everybody is putting their investment into this world. And guess these people that's putting investment into this world, look what's happening. You putting your nest egg in this man's banking system. He's withdrawing your money, your retirement, for wars and helping that welfare state, leaving you dry, leaving you boneless. But remember, you had that pride, you had that American dream, you had that bravado. Well, if you thought you work hard, you do what you gotta do, you could get the house, you could have the nice car. You don't want that car, you could lease another car in a couple of years. You live that luxurious life. It tells you that how Babylon the Great lived a delicious life, a luxurious life, right? You try to maintain that, but here's your own government telling you what you put your all in, you work all your damn life, you're not gonna see it. You're not gonna see it at all.
Because we got, I get a pension check from education. I was part of a union. It's not going to help people. People are going to have to continue to work longer and longer. Am I right, Ms. Ginger? Can you say something about Social Security and it being taxed?
You gotta work forever. What part of the game is that? You gotta work forever? And the people that's in power, they don't even want certain people. So what part of the game is that? That's the new norm. All right.
For some reason, we're taxing people for the second time on the Social Security that they put into an account.
Yeah, and I'd like to point out when Social Security was first founded, those who established it, it was started out as a 2% tax, and they said this will never take more than 6% of your income. Today, it takes 12.4%, and depending on whether you go with CBO or Social Security trustees, it needs to take between 15.8 and 17.5%. So we're talking about thousands of dollars more per year. It also was actually only originally recommended that the tax be up to $66,000, equivalent in today's dollars of earnings. But over time, it has expanded massively, and the money has been spent every year. So whereas everybody thinks this money's been set aside for me, no, for the past 13 years, every dollar that has gone out of workers' paychecks has gone immediately to pay promised benefits. And that's what happens when you have a system that enables those in charge of it to spend the money in the immediate term and leave the buck to the next generation that's coming along. And because Social Security has grown so much, it's actually to the detriment of lower income workers in particular, who have to pay such a large share of their paycheck to Social Security. They have little left to save for retirement. And then lower income and African American workers have the lowest life expectancies.
So, and then it even makes she's even. Oh man, this shit's hilarious. I forgot how she said that part, but she even honed it down to Jake. Like you far worse off than you was before. Now, don't let this play.
So they are the most likely to get nothing back in return. 1 out of 4 African American men will die between the ages of 45 and 64 after having paid into the system for decades, tens if not hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they might get nothing back.
What's this?
Nothing back. So what a F are you killing yourself for these people? All right. It's showing that the investments that the mindset that people have is off because, well, I'm about to read it. Ecclesiastes 12:1. It says, "Remember now the creative days of thy youth, while the evil days come not." So your priority should be into Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Not your pride, not what your oppressor is telling you. Because at the end of the day, you live in what the oppressor put in your mind to live. And now you have to have more than they have just to get by, going back to the struggle again. It says, "While the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when that shall say, no, I have no pleasure. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after hither." So before all hell breaks loose, your mind should be focused on Yahweh Shai. Verse 3. "And the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble," which is these people. All right. Right now, which is currently led by Biden's administration, and more lives are being miserable because of this situation. And that situation is what? Is that simply people are grown broke. They can't live their dream that they was sold. All right? So it's going to come back to them. And they're scared for their life because they know, I believe he's going to say it. The American people know where, if they know exactly what's going to happen, then they would have lost it. All right? You work so damn hard for nothing. The scripture says what? Let me get that real quick. And this go for you Israelites. I ain't worrying about these fucking heathens. Let me get this. Hold on, where is it? I use this app. Where is that? I got 1 and 4, 5, 6. It says, you have so much and bring in little. You eat, but you have not enough. You drink, but you are not filled with drink. You're clothed, you, but there is none to warm. And he that earneth wages to put into a bag full of holes. So you're not earning anything. You're not making nothing. Everything that you go to, it goes right back out. All right. That's why pride is a mother effer, because if you only knew what they have in store for you, you would think twice. But it says, and the strong man shall bow themselves, and the grinding cease. That's meaning no jobs, because they are few, and those that look out the windows, the future, be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the street, when the sound of the grinding is low. So where does it, you have to work forever? There's always supposed to be a cutoff point. But in Esau's system, you have to work forever. All right. It says, I'm thinking of. Yeah, this is the one. The Lord have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst of. That's why you have this perverseness at an all-time high. And have caused Egypt to err, which meaning error, in every work thereof. So everything that Egypt does, which is America, is always is off. All right. As a drunken man staggereth in his vomit, neither shall there be any work for Egypt, so which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. So there ain't gonna be no work for anybody. No work is coming. So your Social Security is not safe. Everything they did, it was not for your advantage. It was for your disadvantage. And now, all that hard work, all those years, and being told what to do, which meant nothing, and you're gonna realize that. Okay, and this is the part of the downfall of America. Let me go back to. Let me get this. I think I'll make this too long. So get this. 2nd Ezra 8:50. Well, this is a cause and effect. This is why people is gonna spaz out, lose it, because everything that they worked for meant nothing. Scriptures also tell you about. Let me get this real quick. Proverbs. (23:16), I believe. Proverbs 20. No. You know what? (23:5). It says, "Wilt thou set thine eyes upon that which is not?" That which is not is these fabricated dreams, on unfulfilled gold, All right. For riches certainly make themselves wings, they fly away as an eagle towards heaven. So you chasing a bag, you chasing riches that is truly unnecessary. So that's a clear indication of sickness. What is the thing about insanity? Doing the same thing, thinking you're gonna get a different result. Well, all that hard work is not gonna mean nothing, right? And that Biden's job, like every other president, is to ensure there are two classes. Oh, well, I should have went up. It says, "Labor not to be rich, cease from thine own wisdom." So you're laboring for nothing. It tells you in Ecclesiastes, but when you labor, how sweet it is to get you get something out of it, which is your payment. All right, let me get this. So it leads me to this. I don't have to. 2 Ezra 8:50 he said, "For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell on the world." And part of those miseries is what? Jacob's trouble. Part of those misery is what's going on right now. People are losing it because they just don't have anything anymore. Okay? It says because they have walked in great pride, and that's that American pride. That's that American dream. It was a product of pride. So the stage is set, and now we see why the people are going to lose it. As the scripture says, take matters into their own hands, because all that hard work meant for nothing. All of it. And you have this delusional ass old man that wants to continually make everybody's lives miserable. So with that being said, saying real quick to the spirit, shalom, to the elected nations of shalom.